one thing that I realized is that I didn't want to have to ask my boss, can I get off this time for this? She's having a ceremony in the morning. Can I come in a little bit later? I didn't want to have a boss to, make that judgment of yes or no. So that was the pivotal moment for me is that, I have to go all in. And what I did, because after I reported that, like I said, I realized, okay, well, it's not gonna make me rich so wealthy. So let me go all in. What I did was I burned the bridges. I said that there's only one way for me to go all in. I had to give it where there's no option for me to turn back. So what I did going to January 2010, I ended up saying that I have May 7th. This is the day I'm going to quit. And I'm going to take all of my sick time, all of my vacation time before May. So that means if I stay past May 7th, I would never have a day off if I wanted. Um, and that is what I did. So May 7th, I left. I just never came back. And that was that moment for me.
I love it.
So, what did things look like after you had jumped all in and you had, burnt the bridges, and how you ended up, rolling into where it is that you are at now?
Yeah. So very different from then, because again, this was 2010, right? So um it's funny, I found myself thinking that I was like on this extended vacation because like the next week I rolled around, I didn't wake up early, and I'm like, well, I gotta make some money. um so I wish that I could say that everything just worked out great, but it didn't. Um I ended up, again, back. I had a failed relationship. I ended up back in my mom's house. My car wasn't making payments. I was putting the money into marketing my real estate business, and so wasn't making payments on that. That got repossessed right in front of my face too. It was crazy. I was on the phone with a friend, and I had my daughter in my hand. I'm looking through the kitchen window, and I'm seeing a tow
Man,
truck
that's
pull up. I'm
wild.
like, oh man,
Oh man. Oh man.
yeah, it's crazy.
Oh,
So now I don't
oh
have a car, but one thing that the guy who became my mentor, one thing that he told me to do is that your mind has to arrive at the destination before you do. And so he had me reading a lot of books, and I realized that I just need to change the way I view money, my relationship with money. And I started reading a whole bunch of books. As you can see behind me, I have tons of books that I read. And that was really the foundation for shifting my mindset. So fast forward July 2010, I have no car anymore. It's repossessed. To November, going to December, I won a contest, and that contest actually was a Hummer, H2 Hummer. So I won a wrapped H2 Hummer. We buy houses with my company name, including the software. I won that. So just changing the mindset and seeing that was like, wow, I've never won anything in my life. Um, and then from there, kept going and just up awareness and mindset and marketing and things like that. And then fast forward to now, I just continue the same thing, reading, having mentors. Um, it's super important. And then also too, I think sometimes people don't talk about this, but you got to be around the energy of people that have money, right? So I knew my mentor at the time. Now I didn't have no car, and I was borrowing my mother's car. I knew exactly what Starbucks he went to. I would go to that Starbucks, right? Try to run into him from there. So for some people, maybe people don't do Starbucks as more, just hang out like that. But like, maybe going to like open houses where they're $1 million houses, right? Going to the dealerships and, just maybe taking a test drive or just sitting into one of those nice cars. But just being around the energy, you got to get around those people because there's a thing called mirror neurons where, you start the energy from them starts to go off to you. And I think it's just super important to insert yourself around some high level thinkers and just people, just the energy of people that are just going for more. And I think that that will also help you as well. It did for me.
If you're interested in learning more about the tidbits and advice that they have, then you should consider subscribing to the Two Comma Club newsletter, where you'll get daily updates and advice on the podcast and the things that we are learning from the individuals who have made at least $1 million. Just go to 2ccnewsletter.com or click the link in the description down below and subscribe.